Hello friends, welcome to Awdhesh Academy. Today we will discuss about tables. Now tables are a very important part of data interpretation. Even when you use other forms of data interpretation like pie charts, XY graphs, even in those cases we often represent our data in the form of tables. So let's take one question based on tables. The table shows the number of people who responded to a survey about their favorite style of music. Use the table to answer the following question. What percentage of respondents aged 21 to 30 indicated their favorite style other than rock music? So here we need to find the percentage of people of the age group 21 to 30 who like rock music. So the total, that is in the denominator we will have the total of the people of 21 to 30 age group, which is 33 here. And next we will find the people who don't like rock. Now people who like rock are 12, thus the total people who do not like rock would be the total, that is 33, minus the ones who like rock. So here we get 21 upon 33 and we will multiply by 100 to find the percent. Now either you can find and calculate this percentage or you can work through the options and eliminate some of them. Now here we can notice that 50% of 33 is 16.5 and our numerator is far greater than this number. Thus, we can eliminate the option wherein we have a percentage which is less than 50. So, we can eliminate this option. Now, next we can find 10% of 33, which would be 3.3. Thus, if you take 60% by adding these two values, you will get 19.8. Now, this 60%, that is 19.8, is a little less than 21. So, our answer cannot be 60 as well. But also you will notice that this is also not greater than, the required percentage will be also not greater than 70, because the difference between 21 and 19.8 is just 1.2. Thus, this answer, our required percentage, will not be greater than 70, since for 70 we need another 3.3 and we only have 1.2. Thus, our answer should not exceed 70 as well. Thus, we can eliminate this option and our correct option would be 64%. What percentage of the total sample indicated that jazz is their favorite style of music? Now, in this part, we need to consider the overall sample space. So, we need to add these three to get our total sample space. This will give us 134. Thus, our denominator would be 134. Now, we need to have the number of people who like jazz. So, these would be 1 plus 4 plus 11. So, this gives us 16. So, we will have 16 by 134 multiplied by 100. Now, again, just look at the denominator. We find that 10% is 13.4. Thus, our answer cannot be less than 10%. So, we can eliminate these two options. Now also notice that this value of 16 is still very close to 13.4. Thus, it should be near 10 to 12-15%. Thus, we can ignore this option as well, that is 22%, because that seems to be a lot higher than what we need. Because even 20% of 13.4 would be around 26 to 27%. Thus, we can eliminate this option and we can mark this option without even calculating the actual percentage. So this way you can go through your options and eliminate some options to find your correct answer. What percentage of respondents under 31 indicated that blues is their favorite style of music? So first of all, our sample space will consist of people below 31. That is, we do not need to calculate this column, we will only consider these two columns. So the total of these two would be 66. Then the people who like blues are 5 over here. So we get 5 upon 66 into 100 and this is the percentage we need to calculate. Now here if you notice that 10% of this would be 6.6 and a value 5 is less than this. Thus we can eliminate the options which are greater than 10. Thus, we eliminate this option. Now, moving on, we find that we are about 1.6 in surplus. That is, first let's take 1%. So 1% of 66 would be 0.66. So you will get your 9% as 5.94, which is still greater than the required 5. So you can also subtract 1% again. So minus 0.66 gives you 5.28. Now this is your 8% and this is still greater than 5. Thus your answer would be less than 8%. So we can eliminate this option as well. Now here if you notice, 1% is 0.66. So 0.5% would be 0.33. Now your surplus of 0.28 is nearer to 0.5%. Thus, we can easily say that our answer should be somewhat around 7.6% and we can eliminate this option of 7.1%. Had it been 5.08, that is much closer to your required result, then you may have concluded that it is nearer to 7%. But since this is not, thus you can eliminate this option. For which type of music is the difference between the number of respondents aged 31 plus and 15 to 20 the maximum? A classical, B blues, C rock, D none of these. Now in the options, when you have to find the maximum number, then you need to consider all the cases. But say you had 4 options and you didn't have none of these, then you could just have considered the 4 options. But since we have none of these, then we need to calculate for all the respondents. So here we need to take the difference between the people who are above 31 and of the age group 21 to 30. So here the difference would be 13, here it is 0, here it is 2, here it is 7, then here it's 12, then here it's 1 and here it's 0. So your maximum difference is with classical, thus A is your correct answer. Had you had larger numbers over here, in that case just looking at the numbers may give you your options. You can just go through all the data and then do some calculations in your mind. Like we can easily ignore this 2 and 2 because this gives us 0. We also find that 3 and 4 are very close. Then also here we can find 12 and 14 are very close. Thus the actual thing was between 4 and 17. Then here 3 and 15 because they gave us closer answers. So look to identify what are the closer options and save some time by calculating the values for each data. What percentage of respondents above 20 have either hip hop or ambient as their favorite style of music? So here we have to consider people who are aged above 20. That is, we'll only consider these 2 columns. Now here your total sample space becomes 33 plus 68, which gives us 101. Now we are asked to find out the number of people who like hip hop or ambient. So we need to add these 2 cases. So from here we get 7 and from here we get 4. Adding these 2 gives us 11. So basically we need to find the percentage of 11 by 101. Now just looking at this makes you understand that your answer should be near 11% because 100 upon 101 is very close to 1 and 1 into 11 would be somewhere around 11 only. But you also notice that the answer would be slightly less than 11. So had you had closer options of 10.8, 10.9, 10.95, you must calculate this exactly. But since here we have options which are far away from each other, we can easily mark D as a correct answer and we need not find the actual percentage. So that's it in this lesson. In this lesson, we have taken up the topic of tables and also we had discussed about some important tricks like solving the questions using options, solving percentages. Then also we learned about how to take set theory into consideration. Like here we had different sets for different age groups and we calculated based on this. So that's it in this lesson. I hope you understood it well. If you face any problem, please post your query on our website. So thank you for watching and keep practicing.